If you didn't mention that, I would have completely forgot.
Like I knew it was there, but I wouldn't have known how long it was.
It's just, when you just need good people around you to guide you. That is one of those incidents where it's just like, bro, no one needs to see this right now.
Facts. That is so funny. I wouldn't do you like that.
No, you would.
Okay,
You would.
I would, to be fair. However.
So having a good year musically.
Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to another episode of Keep It 90, brought to you by the house of NNESAGA.
Yep.
We're in the building with Spotify as usual because they are great and they're supporting us. I'm here with Copes. We might have a late substitution coming at some point, but we can't confirm or deny because we don't know what's going to happen.
Honestly.
But as for now, it's just me and Copes. Copes, how you feeling, man? How's your weekend been?
I'm all good, bro. It's one of them weekends where it just flew by. Obviously last week I mentioned I was going to start doing the flooring in this
how's
garage.
it going?
Bro, did I barely start? I must have gotten 4 rows in. My time was just taken. I had people come over. Then Sunday I forgot. I was at a christening. So that took the whole day. And before you knew, I was like, okay, I've not really done much that I've actually set my mind to do this weekend. But it's fine. We move, Another week done. How about yourself?
I would just like to say that I'm cold.
Yes.
I'm cold. I'm tired of the cold. I don't appreciate it snowing. And it's so deep because I think when you're younger, like snow was such a beautiful thing.
Yes.
It was a thing that brought me joy, and I was thinking, you know what, this is gonna make my Christmas a delightful experience. Now, I'm grinching, bro. Don't bring me snow, ice, all of that stuff, because I won't leave my house.
I hear it. It's a headache.
It is a headache, bro.
Frost, snow. Listen, I just can't even keep up with last week. Literally, I woke up my house one day, cold. Next day, frost. I'm hearing. I can see the snow. I could see one of those. I think it might have been Friday. The snow was fighting to touch the floor. I was like, nah, please, Lord, not today. And the weekend, rain. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And bro, I've been reporting the last few weeks. So I was at Millwall on the weekend, and I can't lie to you, doing those games in this weather. It is treacherous. Like, imagine. If you see me on camera, I'm just shaking. My nose is red. I didn't even know my nose could get red because I was like, bro, I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, man, enough about us anyway because, we're not important. We're going to get straight into the weekend's results. And there was actually, I feel like out of all the weekends we've seen in the Premier League, this is probably one of the most exciting ones in terms of results, goals as well. We have to start with City versus Spurs because last week we were talking and we said that it could be the end for Postecoglou and Spurs, but they were able to get a draw away at City. That's a great result.
Brilliant result. And you know what's mad, actually? I completely forgot about this when we were talking about them last week. City actually have a bogey team.
Yeah, Spurs. 100%.
And it's Spurs.
Yeah, 100%.
I completely forgot about that when we were talking about Spurs and the fixtures they had coming up. Like, this is for some reason, they always seem to nick something over the years against City. I don't know what it is about them, but fantastic result for them. I don't know if you saw it where Pep was on the floor at one point.
And he's so dramatic.
But I love it though.
Yeah, I love it still. But I get it though, because I think with Pep here, I'm in a weird place with how I view City because they're still very good. They lost quite a few key players in the summer, but you can see their squad is well prepared and equipped for them to still challenge for the title and still be the favourites, And the first half still shows me signs that they are that team because they had so many clear-cut chances. Haaland missed an open goal, basically. He missed another one as well where he hit over the bar. And Spurs were struggling, but one thing that is on the other side of City is that they can have spells in a game where they're just so flat and nothing is happening. It's like they have possession. Even in the second half, they didn't really have possession like that. I think Spurs were dominating. And then when Spurs equalised, it's like, you know what? Fair play because they deserved it. Yeah,
no, it's one of those things where not even just take this game, the last couple of games, I didn't realise until the weekend, they've actually conceded quite a few goals, City, just in general, these last couple of weeks. So it's one of these things where Pep's got to get to the drum because it's also a bit shocking. And again, I wonder if it's that fatigue maybe kicking in a little bit for these players because Gvardiol, Ake, Akanji, Ruben Diaz, you just start reeling off these names and it's like, you boys shouldn't be getting caught out the way you are getting caught out with some of these goals. And it's sort of like, why is all of a sudden this lapse of concentration, particularly this season and these last couple of weeks? What is it about you guys where, again, you're just, I don't know, you just don't seem to be switched on all the time, which is just shocking because that's not something you normally associate with City.
Yeah, I do think that they actually have like, I don't know whether I'm just thinking of it of like storylines and stuff, but maybe they just like doing this to themselves so they have something to fight for at the latter stages of the season. Because, like we said, they dominate games, they create a lot of chances.
Yeah.
Defensively, they've got quality defenders. Their midfield, Rodri, the best CDM in the world,
hands down.
Like they've got players that are playing in different positions. Alvarez is still quality. Doku's been amazing. Like Foden played really well yesterday.
Yes.
And I think maybe it is that when they are creating so many chances, they think that the game is just going to come to them because the last 3 games they've drawn. Yeah. And for City, that is poor. If we're going to be honest, from the
100%.
standards that they've set themselves, you'd expect them to get either a win against Spurs or Chelsea at the stages that they are, especially with Spurs, their defence. Like, I think Haaland didn't have a shot on target. I don't think he had a shot on target in the game. And that is, and you're talking about a Spurs side that are playing 2 fullbacks at centre-back.
That was crazy.
And you know what it is, yeah? We actually have to respect Spurs because Ange hasn't changed what he's doing with the side. They still create a lot of chances and they're playing brave. You could tell in the first half, it was a completely different team to the second half. And I think they deserved the win.
Yeah, again, as you pointed out, for the squad or the lack of squad, because I think didn't Bentancur get injured as well
Just for a few months.
Just before that match as well. So with the lack of pieces they've got in that team at the moment, and to go at City the way they done, yeah, I mean, credit to Postecoglou. Again, we spoke about it before, his reluctance to change, and it seems to be, like I said, it seems to be paying off. Again, he's kept the how do I say it? I wouldn't say the curse, but the good fortune they have against City. They've kept that momentum going. I'll tell you one thing. I thought Doku was fast, but Son shocked me.
Yeah, he's got it still.
He shocked me.
And that's the thing. Son, I feel like yesterday I saw a different side to him. I saw him getting irritated when he wasn't getting the ball in the box and stuff like that. That's the type of leader that you want in the side. And I think Kulusevski as well, I think he had a brilliant game. Yeah. That goal, he completely dunked on Ake. And I think that is one of the main reasons. I'm not a manager, but one of the main reasons why I wouldn't change a centre-back or left-back during the game, because you're cold. And going into a game like that where it's hot, it's high press. I know that Gvardiol wasn't have the greatest game, but when that ball came in, if Ake had played 20 minutes before that, I think he would have dealt with that. But because he was a little bit cold, Kulusevski literally dunked on him. That's why he did that celebration, the LeBron celebration.
Oh yeah, no, I saw it. I was like, oh, look at him.
I was like, fair play, you know. I missed the goal and I saw it again. I was like, nah, you had to do that celebration because he jumped.
Yeah,
on him still.
he done, and again, it's, you know, I didn't even think about that, and it's true actually. We forget how much sometimes players need
to get into
the game, get into the atmosphere, just get a feel for what's been going on. Because as you said there, Ake just unfortunately just been caught off guard already. So just caught, not warmed up fully up yet. But yeah, no, Kulusevski's fair play to him. Again, another player where when he first arrived, started looking good. Had a bit of a dip
because of the injury though.
Could have been true. And hopefully this kicks on again, starting to show that form again. But hopefully not too much for you, Spurs whiz out there.
Facts. You know, one of the biggest talking points from the game though is what happened in the last few minutes. Haaland has played a brilliant ball over the top to Grealish, and the referee blew because he didn't think that there was enough advantage. I've never seen Haaland that angry. I actually thought that he was going to get sent off because of how angry he was in the referee's face. But I actually think that the referee knew that he messed up so bad that he couldn't even be mad at them for being angry.
Big time, because it wasn't just the whole team went over to him. It was just like, and you're thinking to yourself, someone's going to get booked here.
Yeah.
Just because they've been taught these days you cannot go up against a referee like that. But
the decision's crazy.
I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, I could understand if he blew the whistle the moment Haaland went down.
Facts.
And you could see he was about to blow the whistle, but then he stops, waits for Haaland to get up, pings that ball across to Grealish.
As well.
It lands in front of Grealish, and then you call it back.
Yeah, crazy.
It's like
crazy.
If you've let it go that far, you might as well, at the bare minimum, wait to see if it at least lands at Grealish's foot.
Facts. And that is why it's crazy, because you know offsides, they let it go on until they either score or something happens.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, because we've got to wait if the VAR intervene, whatever. So what is happening with that? Like, there's no consistency. And now, apparently, Haaland might be in danger of being fined by the FA because of the way he reacted to that not being given or the play not carrying on.
If I was the FA, let that one go.
They have to.
Let that one go
They have
because he was justifiably angry at that.
Yeah.
Especially there few minutes left in the match. It's 3-3. That could have arguably been the ball which pings into Grealish. He's in front of the defenders, one-on-one with the keeper. They've nicked the 3 points in the last minute. So if I'm the FA, let that one go.
Yeah.
And even actually, it was quite amusing. Haaland at the end when he was, I say shaking the referee and the official's hand. It was more like it's just
very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Very
My gosh.
sarcastic.
Yeah.
He was vexed, but I completely understand because they're in third place at the moment, 2 points off Arsenal. They've got a tough game against Villa midweek. They're missing Rodri and they're missing Grealish, and I think Doku came off injured. So that might be a bit of a problem for them. That Pep's probably hoping that Doku is going to be okay, because I actually think that he's been he has been a revelation for them, you know, because if you look at the way City attack, obviously Haaland is incredible. Alvarez has had points where he's, you know, been the star man. Foden is almost in and out of that, even though he's having a great season. But I think Doku has got that X factor to just get things going at any point. And if he's injured and Grealish is out, then I would actually go into that game and say that City might be in trouble against Villa, you know.
Yeah, because that's basically everyone gone off the left-hand side then at that point. Yeah, because no Grealish, no Doku. Maybe you get Phil Foden on the left, but you're right, that does weaken them dramatically. 'Cause especially when even Pep sort of has hinted to it that he's like the difference maker that Doku is. He's not the typical winger that he's had in the past. So getting rid of that, getting rid of Grealish. Yeah, I mean, and again, City have not been playing well these last couple of games. No. I mean, as you said, they're conceding a lot of goals. And now that you've got to think of an attack with Watkins, Diaby, Bailey looked good on the weekend as well. If I'm Villa, I'm like, you know what? We've got a chance here, boys. Why
100%.
not?
They're 1 point behind City.
Yeah.
Like in their heads, they're probably going to be saying to themselves, we've seen how they look without Rodri. He's not playing against us. Get at them. Yeah. And if they do that, they've got the team to do that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens and how Pep sets out the team to play them. Don't really ever see Pep going for the draw, but I think that type of game, it is better for them just not to lose.
Agreed. And you know what? I hate to say it, I don't want to put this out in the atmosphere, but because what you do also hope is maybe Villa might do something on the weekend because they'll have Arsenal right after that. Yeah. So if you're Pep, because you got to sort of think a bit tactical here. Especially also you mentioned Rodri's out, and that's so forget even just Doku and Grealish. Your key man in the central of the party, he's gone, and we know what. Sorry, Calvin Phillips, but you're not filling in those boots. Even if so, you you have to be. Yeah, Pep's definitely going to be thinking, how do I sort this problem out?
It's gonna be interesting to see. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
Get your predictions in, man. Send us messages on Twitter, all of that stuff, because we actually want to know how everyone is feeling. Because I still feel like City are going to win the league. Yeah, not giving it to Arsenal because I don't like Arsenal in it. But I still think that they have what it takes to get that 15 game streak of not losing a game back into the season and just do it. So,
I tell you what annoys me. And the thing is, I can't be mad at it. Everyone talks about this streak that City will have at some point during the season. And every season I think, I'm tired of hearing this. And they pull out the bag. Yeah. So they pull out the bag.
You know it's coming at some point. Anyway, let's go on to another, I'd say another dark horse for the title. Even though they're not to a certain extent, because we know what Liverpool and Klopp are about. But people aren't making as much noise about them, even though they are second in the league, 2 points behind Arsenal.
Yep.
And I think the result against Fulham shows that they are not trying to be out of this conversation, basically. Yep. I think that in the league this season, they've got 28 points from, or I think it was 12 points from losing positions. That says a lot about their resilience. They were down and out a few times against Fulham, a few mistakes from Kelleher as well. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, bro. them Adidas Preds, bro. They're doing something for him because he scored an incredible free kick, and I think that it was harsh to go down as an own goal. But
Yeah,
then
it
the
was.
final goal as well, amazing, man.
Yeah, Trent. I mean, I tell you, when he first burst onto the scene, everyone was raving about him. Then maybe last season, he has that dip. And he's just sort of come back into this new sort of role that Klopp's working him in.
He's playing anywhere.
Yeah, and it's just like a new lease of life.
Yeah.
You know, he's just been absolutely amazing these past couple of weeks. And it's, I don't know, maybe it's also because I play in defence. I love seeing when defenders are actually up there and they're actually making a big impact on the team offensively as well. So I got to say shout out to him. And yeah, as you just said, the resilience of Liverpool. I mean, look, this is what it takes to win a title, right? You got to fight to the very end. And that's just something that they continuously did throughout the game. McAllister.
Screamer.
Amazing, like...
Even Endo.
Yeah.
The thing is, Liverpool just scored 4 screamers yesterday. Like it was actually mad to see. Well, how you get on average maybe 2 screamers per game for a team. They scored 4 screamers.
Ridiculous,
bro. And Fulham, they probably thought like, okay, we scored 3 goals away at Anfield. That should be enough. I think the Leno injury probably didn't help because obviously he's one of the best keepers in the league.
True.
But Liverpool, man, and I think if they're able to get a solid CDM in January, we're going to be looking at them and saying, yeah, they might be that dark horse that is like, if they're able to get the points off of Arsenal, because I think they're playing you soon as well. If they're able to get points there, continue to get points against the bigger teams as well.
Yeah.
I actually think I would be more inclined to say that I can see them winning the league over Arsenal. And I'm not just saying that because it's Arsenal. I'm saying that because Liverpool are doing a lot this season.
And you think we're not?
You are. But
Okay.
I just don't think... They've got that know-how about them. And they're already proving it. Not saying that you haven't, but you actually haven't won a title in 20 years.
Okay. Don't
So
say it too loud.
So the fact that is the case, and a lot of your players are much younger. Liverpool, we're talking about Van Dijk, Alisson, Trent, Robertson, Salah. All of these players have been there at Liverpool's heights. So they know what it takes to win those games gritty, what it takes to not lose games that you're not supposed to lose. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they're able to do that up until the end of, let's say, March, April, then I'll put them above Arsenal still, because I still think that you guys are possibly better to a certain extent from last season.
Yeah.
But I think your goal scoring issues is what's going to affect you if Jesus and let's say Eddie don't pick up their numbers, or even Martinelli, because he's not scoring as much as he was last season. No,
he's not. He was. I mean, we'll get on to them. He was quite unfortunate over the weekend not to score. But when you do put that, listen. I mean, I think I've said it before as well. Liverpool's definitely in the mix, as you said. They're proven. They've got the pedigree. I'm surprised at how well the Szoboszlais, even Gravenberch, how they've sort of slotted into that midfield.
Szoboszlai's a baller, man.
Oh man.
50. The way he strikes the ball, it's just like, bro, what? Like, how are you hitting it?
And how much did it cost him? Like 50, 55 million? Oh,
great bias.
Some of these players, I just look at and be like, what? How?
Yeah.
How was there no competition for them?
Yeah. That was his release clause as well, so they did well in doing that unopposed.
Very well. But yeah, no, the way that midfield's come, it's definitely gelled a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. Because that was my sort of, before the season started, I thought, Liverpool aren't going to be in. I think that midfield is definitely, after they've lost all those big players, they were going to slack a little bit. But credit to them. Endo, I'm still not entirely. I mean, good goal the other day, because it's interesting that you mentioned the fact that you still think they might need a CDM in January.
He's just not.
So you don't think Endo's the guy?
No, I don't think he's the CDM that they need. I think he will be great cover, but I think they need a Fabinho type that is like composed, wins tackles, standing up. Do you know what I mean? Those like the Rices, the Rodris, the Fabinhos. There's a composure to that type of CDM, and I don't think Endo is that type.
Is there that many out there though? That's the problem.
Fair, but I think maybe Paulinho from Fulham potentially.
It's gonna
cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Is there any others that I can think in Europe? Not off the top of my head, but they're out there.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And they could probably do with someone like that.
One more piece. But I mean, to be fair, they're by the end of December. I was just having a look. You're right. December 23rd, Arsenal Liverpool. So
big game.
That's going to be very big game. So I think definitely in January
Is that home or away for Liverpool?
Home.
So they're at home and Arsenal have to go.
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys are gonna do another training session with the noises of "You'll Never Walk Alone." Do you reckon he's gonna run that this time?
He best not run that. At least don't record it. I don't want to see these. Arteta, please. Don't make us a mockery again, please.
That is hilarious.
That.
Let's go on to Arsenal anyway, because you won quite convincingly against
Yeah.
Wolves. Obviously, they scored late on, but
Yeah.
the game was already won. How are you feeling? Because I don't really want to touch on them too much, because I think the Wolves game you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
But how are you feeling going off of the Champions League win and then winning that convincingly against Wolves? Do you feel like you're starting to find your feet in a sense of not just defensively, but going forward?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we got one of the better records in the league, so I think we've been quite good. It's just the way it's sort of, when you watch the match, we just don't look as fluid as we did last year. But then again, that's also a case of teams just giving us that respect. But I mean, in terms of off the back of that brilliant victory over Lens in Europe during the week and then on to Saturday, yeah, I think we were good. I mean, what's crazy was, and I think Erdogan mentioned it in his post press conference as well, is the fact that we had chances. Like 2-1 doesn't actually reflect on how comfortable that game really was. Jesus missed near enough a sitter. Eddie, oh gosh, Eddie, please, bro.
Should have finished that.
Should have finished
the
it.
movement though for that was really good.
It was good, but it's just he needs to bury them, like, because otherwise you're still gonna have the people behind you going, "Are you good enough to be at this level?" You've got to put those kind of those shots away. Martinelli was unlucky. Trossard should have had 2. Like, we looked good. Our defense, I never really have to talk about. I think Gabriel and Saliba are arguably one of, if not the best pairings in the Premier League as it stands. And then whether or not it's Tomiyasu or White, I just think they've got that fullback, that sort of fullback, the right back covered. Zinchenko, he has his moments defensively, but again, I mean, the play that for the Erdegaard goal, I believe it was.
Quality.
Quality. We look good, man. We look good. I mean, if we continue to play like this, we can't complain. I mean, we got Luton next.
Should be winning that.
So, best be winning that.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, the only thing that I'm worried about is Partey needs to come back. I want to see this team with the full team.
I saw him on Snapchat.
Sorry, I know you're going to talk about.
Bro, man was wearing Timbs in the back of, like, it looked like one of those limos with the stars on top. And I think he went as 50 Cent and he put 50 Ceddies instead. Yeah. I was just thinking, bro, your team needs you.
My man
and you're actually out here doing fancy dress.
My man is doing fancy dress.
It is hilarious.
Star boy.
I'm so shocked at the fact that he puts that on his own socials.
It's just, when you just need good people around you to guide you. That is one of those incidents where it's just like, bro, no one needs to see this right now.
Facts.
We haven't seen you in months.
I ain't seen him play for Arsenal in time.
And you've got the cheek to be showing lifestyle, fancy dress, all this nonsense on Snapchat. I'm like, bro, please.
It's hilarious still.
Cause that's what I keep thinking about. Partey, Rice, Erdegaard. When that 3 comes, we've yet to properly see it.
That would be interesting to see. I think you guys are still in a good position. But yeah, like I said, it's not unconvinced, but I'm just more convinced by Liverpool. And at this current point, I'll definitely put you above City in terms of being prepared for that. But like I said, it's just more of the looking forward and knowing what they've been able to do in the last few seasons. So
and as you said, when you've got a Salah up front, Trent the way he's moving, Robertson, Virgil is he's not at, I think, at the heights of which he was. But again,
he's back though.
Well, I was going to say he's still a solid centre back. I mean, yeah, you just can't count them out. Like, every time I see Salah, I'm just like, check the fantasy. Oh yeah, he must have scored today. Like, I'm shocked he didn't get his 200 from the weekend.
I needed that, bro. I put him in my fantasy. I did my wild card, did all of that stuff, and man didn't even get a goal. It's just not good enough.
I just realised you only use that wild card.
Yeah. I never use it too soon.
Oh, bro.
I never use it too soon.
Mine got used like week 2, 3.
Really?
Had to.
Yeah. See, I normally maybe I need to switch it up, because I feel like we're just going off here, but FPL, I feel like I go with my heart too much. I feel like I need to start looking at statistics and looking at certain things that I know are certainties. Like Son scoring against City away from home away is a certainty, bro, because he's scored every time he's gone there. Salah getting a goal contribution is more or less a certainty.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Trippier getting an assist or keeping a clean sheet is a certainty. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things I'm not really latching onto. I'm trying to be emotional. I'm trying to go, okay, Gibbs White is playing Everton. They're away from home. He got 12 points last week. So maybe surely he'll get 6. Got 2.
Because you know what it also is? You're trying to find the gems as well. You're trying to find the gems
bro.
because you're trying to get those points that no one else is getting.
Gosh, it's so frustrating, man. But yeah, let's move on to a team that actually caused me a lot of joy this weekend, and that is my beloved Chelsea.
Oh, yes.
Won a must-win game, in my opinion, because I think Brighton are a team that are struggling at the moment. They've had a few injuries. In the game that we played against Newcastle, when they had those injuries as well, we didn't look good enough. Pochettino was back on the sideline. The defence was missing. Reece James, Gusto's still out injured as well. And I think it was just a must-win game. It wasn't the most glamorous. Like, we scored 2 goals from set pieces. Then we scored a penalty as well. But I'm just happy we got the win. And I'm happy Enzo scored a brace. Because a lot of people have been talking on Enzo's name disgustingly. And I'm gonna out him and say Culture Cams has been talking disgustingly on my CM. We've had some serious debates about Enzo and what he does for the Chelsea side. And I've always said he's not the type of midfielder that is going to get you goals and get you assists. He's the player that keeps everything ticking, looks nice on the ball, but he keeps everything together. And you need players like that. And the fact that he was able to score the way he did and get the win, it was like the icing on the cake, man.
But you know what, when you say that, he's just there to sort of keep things ticking. My only thing with that Chelsea team, right? You bring in Enzo, cool, keep things ticking. You bring in Caicedo, cool. You bring in Lavia, cool.
They're all different.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing any players that where's the creative one in that team that's meant to get the goals, get the assists?
So Enzo can be creative.
Yeah.
Lavia can be creative as well. I'm saying if you're going to play that midfield three, Enzo is obviously going to be relied on to get goals and get involved in playing. But it's still not like, for me, I'll look at him as a Tony Cruz, for example,
Okay.
Keeps things ticking. He's always able to switch the ball. He sees the passes that some people don't see. He gets the assist behind the assist. Like, those type of players, I think that's the type of midfielder he is supposed to be. But I think where Chelsea haven't been playing well, where we haven't played well, he hasn't played well. And he will probably be honest and say, I've not been good in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that he's not worth what we paid for him, one.
Okay.
And two, he's not going to be key to our success in the future. And I think there's so much...
He's not?
No, that he's not going to be, even though he is.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And I think where there's so much comparison with how much he cost and the fact that Rice came to Arsenal, he got into the squad straight away and everything seems perfect. Like, he's just not that type of midfielder. Like, he came into the team, it was unsettled. He's still much younger than a lot of these players, but he looks like he wants to take that burden on his shoulders, and he's doing that. So shout out Enzo, shout out my midfielder, shout out Chelsea for getting 3 points, still 10th. But you know, if we win, I don't even want to go too far. But if we win that game against United in the week, things are looking up. Do you know what I mean? Because win, lose or draw, we've just stayed in 10th. So I just need to see some movement right now.
Because you got that victory over Brighton, are you that much more encouraged that Europe is still on the horizon?
I
still too early to tell.
still think that we can get European football.
Yeah.
We just need to win every game.
Oh, was that?
I just think, like, right now, I don't see a team that should be beating us. That's how I go into every game.
Okay.
Like, the fact that we played Arsenal, we drew, we dominated that game in certain spells, we should have won,
Mm-hmm.
City, the best team in the world, we drew, Spurs, 4-1. Liverpool, started the season, draw. Newcastle, they pumped us. Shouldn't have been like that. It should have been maybe a bit closer. They could have nicked the win. Mm-hmm. But if I'm looking at every other team, I'm thinking we should win or go for the win. There's no team where I'm like, oh, maybe we need to change up tactics or this is that. Nah. Like, we need to win every single game. So that's, at this point where we're 10th, We need to win every game, bro.
Sounded very Postecoglou over there.
No, but bro, we have to. We have to. Even him, bro. You think that now he's not looking at his side? Obviously, he's making a few adjustments because the changes that he has to make. Yeah. But he's still very positive, bro. Doesn't change the way he plays. And as a top team, that's how you should be, bro. That's what I need. I need to go into that United game and say, we haven't beaten these guys in a long time. We need to win.
I mean, there ever was a chance. Now is the time.
Now is the time.
And how do you think Brighton? Sorry, just quickly to touch on Brighton.
Brighton. You know what's crazy about them? Sorry, I was just seeing if our substitute was ready to make an appearance.
They're warming up.
I think they're warming up.
Okay.
It's interesting with Brighton because they've been in a bad run of form recently, and no one's really talking about it.
Yeah.
No one's talking about it as much as they would if it was United, Chelsea, Spurs. Like, obviously, Brighton are, I'd say, in that category under that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because they have made those pushes and we've seen De Zerbi's a good manager, they've got a good squad. Yes, they have injuries, but you wouldn't expect it to mean that they would only have a few wins since, I think it's start of October or the end of September.
Yeah.
That's just not good enough. And the game that they played yesterday, yes, they're missing some key players, but it is nowhere near the Brighton side that we've seen in the past, man.
Do you think that whole new manager effect, that was a one season wonder? Now we're sort of seeing the come down from the De Zerbi X Factor.
Maybe, you know. I still think he's a top manager. I do think that injuries are affecting them.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Because one thing we always used to say about Brighton before they got these injuries is the squad depth. Like they can get players from that have been in the side for 6 months, and then once they play, it's like they've been playing for years. But now it's like, oh no, they've got the injuries, so they can't start these starters, and they look much weaker. But it's like, where have those players gone? Where have those gems gone? Like, are we just not? We're not rating them anymore because they're not doing well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I suppose maybe we haven't realised how much maybe the loss of McAllister, Caicedo, maybe they've just made more of a impact negatively than we thought, because we relied so much on, as you said, the fact that Brighton have the reputation of just being able to fill these spots in with those gems out of nowhere, and it's just like, as you know, continue as normal. Maybe we are actually starting to see what happens when you are losing top players in such a short space of time. And
now they have Brentford next year, and in recent years I'd say they've been on par in terms of having a positive and attacking minded managers. Not similar style of play, but similar in terms of they will not play any other way. Okay, it looks like our sub is ready to come on.
Hey,
what are you saying?
She's warmed up.
Any danger in getting here earlier? Like, do you know what I mean?
I had to warm up, man. What's wrong with you?
That is crazy. You know when you're calling the sub from the side and she's like, "No, gaffer, still need to stretch. Still need to stretch." What are you telling me, man?
Didn't want to pull a hammy.
Damn.
Shout out Van de Ven.
Oh, wow, that is dark. We've been waiting for your appearance. I can't lie to you. There was a few things that we're literally just talking about Chelsea Brighton. So quickly before we move on to the next team, what are you saying for Chelsea? What are you saying for the win?
I mean, it was a win. That's just about it. We didn't play well. We didn't play well at all. And De Zerbi was right. Brighton played better than Chelsea for the full 90 minutes. Chelsea managed to get the win. Obviously, sometimes you've got to scruff it out, which is okay. But I'm not impressed by what I saw from any of the players. Not impressed.
Damn.
And Conor Gallagher, captain, leader, legend, at the moment anyway. Bro, I expect better, and I expect more composure from every single person on the pitch. Even at full time.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like, Levi Cole, Sanchez going that, hey, all right, cool. With the Brighton people, I'm like, all right, cool. But still, keep your composure, keep calm. It really did rub me the wrong way, I won't lie.
Do you think that Chelsea currently have a disciplinary issue?
Well, when we're losing all the time, why would we not have disciplinary issues?
Yeah.
It's the losses. Like, you keep losing, there's going to be issues here and there. You want to keep winning. You want to do everything you can to keep winning. You don't want to be blamed for things. And yeah, Chelsea's suffering with it at the moment. Man United's suffering with it at the moment as well.
How big would you say that win is now, taking out the performance and whatever it is? Because I was saying to Coach before you came, like, we just needed to win that game.
Yeah, I'm just the difference in feeling is just crazy.
But you know, Anita, she's very very hot headed. But when you look back on the game, you see 3 points. Are you not just happy at the fact that we got 3 points? Because we played well and we've drawn games. We've lost games that we've played well in.
I'm okay. I'm happy for the 3 points. Like, I'm never gonna say I'm not happy for the 3 points. I'm happy for the 3 points, but it still doesn't calm my nerves. You know, like getting 3 points against Brighton, we shouldn't have had to shake for it. Because Brighton, they didn't field out their best team. Like, they didn't field out their best players. Lallana Milner starting. Like, come on, bro. When I saw them two ancient people on the pitch, I was thinking, we're really not running circles around these, man.
Yeah.
Do you get? Like, it's not something to be proud of. And Dizazi, I love you, bro. I do. But Mitoma...
No, but
Mitoma ran circles around him.
Mitoma.
Yeah.
That's like, you can't. He's gonna run circles around any.
But then I look at Trent.
He's gonna run circles around Trent.
He didn't though.
No, but
Trent had him on lock.
No, but Trent's been run circles around even worse
But,
players.
But Trent had him on lock when they played Brighton, no?
But Trent's a
in the
fullback.
back pocket.
Trent's a fullback though. But I hear what you're saying. I actually think Disasi was one of the better performers. I think Mitoma, he was able to do enough. Because he didn't score, he didn't get an assist or nothing. So, yeah, man, we keep it moving. But we got to talk about the main topic for all of these fixtures, in my opinion, and that is Manchester United.
Thank you guys for not doing this before I came.
Hallelujah. We had to wait for you still. Because in my notes, I put down who can save them.
Nobody.
Who can actually save them? Because if you look at the Champions League, they actually should have won that game. Onana did a madness. Yeah, fair enough. You draw it, doesn't look like they're going to go through unless a miracle happens. But then they face Newcastle next, who have had a lot of injuries, who felt really hard done by because of their Champions League result as well.
Yep.
But they came into that game and dominated from minute 1 to minute 90, whatever it was. Are you shocked at that performance from United?
From United? Not really.
You didn't expect to see a reaction of any sort?
I'll be honest with you. If I had to pick, because again, both got draws in Europe midweek, I knew straight away, come the weekend, Newcastle would be more up for it than United. St. James's Park, they felt hard done by. The place was going to be rocking. And if there was ever a true sort of like 13th player, as we call the fans, it's going to be in St. James's Park. Those guys are up for it every single time. And I just think United just never look convincing for me. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, again, sort of, what was it? 3-1 up to draw 3-3. That just sort of summarizes the problems that are going on at the moment with United. No real leaders to sort of galvanize the troops, as it were, to, let's get it going. We failed during the week. Come, let's sort this out at St. James Park. Nah, never. I never really was too convinced. I mean, I didn't expect it to be as bad of a performance as we did see, but I always thought Newcastle were going to be the ones to take it home at the end.
I hear you. Anita, who are you? I don't even like to say blaming, but who would you expect more from in their team?
Every single person, including the manager and the staff, the families at home.
Okay,
everybody.
Why is there families at home? But actually go into, like, I'd say, if you're looking at their performance, who are you saying you need more from? If you're the manager.
It's easy to point it out. It's Martial and Rashford. You need more from those two players. You cannot be occupying the front spaces and not penetrating. You're not doing a damn thing. And every single player in that Man United team, you have to work, you have to track back. Neither of those two worked hard enough to win the ball back every time they lost it. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out why they were so lackadaisical off the ball.
Do you think, because I was thinking the same thing, but it was so blatant, that I thought that Ten Hag told them to not press. Because genuinely, I've never ever, and this is me that I've watched Rashford for years, Martial, maybe, yes, his body's not made to be pressing the way he used to, whatever. But Rashford is always someone that you can say, if he's not playing well, at least he's going to work.
Exactly.
The game yesterday, or the day before, he was not working as well as he normally does. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe Ten Hag said, okay, we're going to play on the break. We've seen it with other teams where their star men are the ones that are like almost lingering, covering spaces, and when the ball does break, they come alive. I don't know whether he's been told something different, because even when he came off the bench, I'm not a lip reader, but when he was moved to the bench, and I think it was Højlund and someone else came on as well, and Anthony came on, he said something like, what am I supposed to do? Or something along those lines. And I'm thinking, so what were you told to do?
Yeah.
But
do you know what I mean?
The thing is, the reason why I don't buy it, and like we know Rashford, he's a hard worker. That guy, he will work hard. And what I didn't find fair was the pundits at the end of it saying that he was too lazy. He's been doing this for the entire season.
You just said that he was
lazy. Wait, don't get me wrong. He is lazy, but he hasn't been doing this. He hasn't been doing this for his entire career. He hasn't been doing this for Man United. This is an anomaly for him.
No, but I think that's why they're saying it, though.
Yeah, and I look at it and I think there's no way Ten Hag told him to go on the pitch and not track back. Because if he did that, they wouldn't have been subbed off after 61 minutes. That wouldn't have happened. Because when Anthony came on and when Højlund came on, they were tracking back. They were winning the balls back. Them two just weren't doing it. And there's a reason why. There's a problem somewhere.
Do you think that he's lost the players?
Boy, I'm going to leave that to you, because boy...
Why are you breathing so heavily?
You know what it is? Because
he's nervous, man.
I couldn't care less about United, if I'm honest. So I've got no skin in the game with them. But it's a weird one, isn't it? Because obviously from last season to now, it's like, what's gone wrong?
What's changed?
Yeah.
That's my thing. When I look at their side, I don't think he's trying to do anything different to what he did last season.
And that's the confusing bit.
They finished third last season. They won the Carabao Cup. He did something not crazy, something that was like a headline in taking Ronaldo out of the team, made Bruno captain and stripped Maguire. These are all big decisions that he's made, So I'm thinking, and a lot of United fans were saying, he's coming, it's clear what he wants to do, it's clear the energy that he wants to have in the squad. Now he's coming to his second season. They're not playing as well as they were last season. He's made a few more signings. None of them have really hit the ground running, if we're being honest. I think the best player that has probably been what's the new side? No one really. The best player that I'd say has come in this season is Kobe. Yeah, so him trusting in Kobe Mainoo, who's obviously been in their team anyway. But it's like, how can it go from such a good year last year to where we're saying they might challenge this season if they make the right signings to his time might be up soon?
Do you think maybe the whole Sancho, Varane not really starting, do you think these are maybe having more of an effect behind the scenes than we might know?
100%, because Varane not starting already, like the Sancho thing, I can understand, right? That could happen in anyone's dressing room.
Yeah.
But Varane not starting as a world-class player ahead of someone like Johnny Evans, it is criminal. And of course, words will be had. Like, that's not something that you'll sit down and say, oh, this is right. Now, whatever the manager says, no, you'll look at it and you'll say, why is Varane not starting?
Yeah.
So that's definitely a conversation that's been had. And when you look at who's in the dressing room, you've got Casemiro there as well. You've got Varane there. They're probably both there wondering why they're both not starting.
I forgot about Casemiro.
They're wondering why
I think he's injured.
He's injured, okay.
I don't think so, you know.
No, I think he is.
Sure?
Yeah, I think he is. But I think Varane's definitely back. And
He's been back.
The only thing is with the Varane thing I can say is that once you've shown that you are so inconsistent, as a manager, you do have to make a tough call and say, we might just have to move on without you. And Varane was definitely going to be the starting centre-back at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Showed the inconsistencies. Even when he played, showed the inconsistencies as well.
What
so
kind
it's
of
like
inconsistencies?
making
though?
horror mistakes as a defender. You can't be the Champions League Varane and you're making those type of mistakes as a centre-back that's supposed to be a leader. So if that is the case, especially when there's players like Maguire, not saying that he's the best of centre-backs, and I do think he does stop them from playing the way that Ten Hag wants to in terms of playing out from the back. But in terms of defending, like Maguire has proven in these last 10 games that he can be competent and not make those type of mistakes. He's the type of player that, I might not come short to get the ball for Onana, but I'm not going to dilly-dally on the ball in this period. Before he used to because he was trying to play too much to that style. Now he's like, I'm getting it gone because he's gone back to the basics. I think Varane is suffering from himself, to be fair. Like his body, the way that Ten Hag wants to play. He did say that he doesn't like the fact that when he does play Maguire and Varane, either of them aren't the greatest on the left. So and Johnny Evans is.
But okay, so he started. This was the starting back four for Newcastle: Dalot, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
Are you not taking the piss?
Nah, I think Luke Shaw is more competent at left centre back than Varane.
Oh man.
Nah, than Varane right now.
Okay, maybe right now, but you at the same time you have to give every player an opportunity to come back into the fold and prove themselves.
Yeah,
you're giving Maguire that grace, you're giving Johnny Evans that grace. Now you're moving Luke Shaw to left centre back. That is a slap in the face.
Yeah, those are always the big. The big decisions where if I'm a player that can play that position,
bro,
I'm heated on that bench.
Questions will be asked, bro.
And then it depends on how much influence at that point. Also, I've got in that dressing room as well now.
But I hear that, and I'm not even backing Ten Hag to a certain extent. But I do think that the cards he's been dealt this season have been quite difficult, and I think there's been so much noise around everything United, around players, around allegations, around the ownership, around so much that he's had to deal with, and in that, he's actually been all right. Yes, the performances haven't been great, but they're actually still, 6th or 7th? Like, do you know what I mean? They're still in a good position. Champions League, they might be going out, but that might be better for them because even if they were to make the latter stages, they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, they're not going to
really
get far.
Truly.
Yeah, it's true.
So they actually need to prioritize just finding consistency. And that the one thing that worries me for Ten Hag is that if Rashford doesn't pick up form, Bruno is still in and out of consistency. Those type of players not playing well could cost him his job. And I think the only thing that's probably saving him is the fact that there's no one in the market that they could get to replace him.
This is true.
So it's going to be difficult. I think the game against Chelsea is like a big, big game for them because if they get dominated again and lose again
at home,
they're going to be asking so much questions. I do think, like you said, the comments around Rashford was a bit harsh about him not caring and using Martial as the standard. But at the same time, they're playing like they don't care.
Literally.
Like there's a lack of energy that you're used to.
Just talking about Martial and Rashford, right? Yeah. Because I feel like the rest of the team, like they stepped up a gear in the second half. They did. They came back out and they were on it. And I commend Maguire because I think Maguire was one of the better players because of the energy and the passion that he gave to that match. The rest, Rashford and Martial, as two people who are meant to be the standout people for Manchester United, you've been there long enough to know what the culture's about. Yeah. You've spoken to Sir Alex Ferguson face to face about your careers at Man United. You've played under Jose. You played under Van Gaal. You've played with players like Pogba, Ibrahimovic. The mentality needs to be there. No matter if you like your manager or not, the mentality has to be there, and it worries me that that's not there for them at the moment.
I got you. So it's fair to say that we're all not believers in United, but I do think that it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few games. Don't
get me wrong. Like, if they crumble, they crumble. Like, I don't care that deep. You know what I mean?
You don't really care. We do need to touch on a competition that starts next month, and that is the African Cup of Nations.
Jeez, man.
Because it's not getting a lot of publicity, which is actually quite sad because it is a big tournament, especially for Africans, and I think it deserves a lot more noise. I'm going to ask you something very simple because I think it's going to be difficult to go into all these teams, their strengths and weaknesses until we actually see them perform the first few games.
Of course.
Who are your favourites to win the competition?
I'd probably say quickly Senegal.
Okay.
Just because didn't they win the last?
Yeah.
They won the last African Nations, and they look quite solid in the last World Cup as well. I mean, obviously there's a few other African teams that went further into the competition, but I just think, I don't know, I like their squad. I think they might do something.
Anita, what are you telling me?
Can you read out who's in it, please? Obviously, this isn't for me. This is for like the context for the viewers.
There's a lot of teams in there, but the standouts are Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Egypt, Ghana, Morocco, Senegal, Cameroon, Algeria. Out of these, obviously there's some that I've not mentioned, but they're still there. South Africa, Namibia, and Angola, all of these teams. But I'm talking about the favourites of the competition. So I've mentioned them. Out of those, what are you saying?
And obviously, disclaimer: we think everyone's equally as good. Just
of course.
No, we don't.
Okay,
okay.
We don't.
Say nothing. Say less.
Let's be honest. If we're talking about Euros, we're not going to be saying England's chances are the same as Slovenia, bro.
Yeah, it's cool. Fair enough.
Let's not go.
I don't want to back it in it.
That's crazy. You're trying to make me look like the bad guy, bro. The heck? You're crazy.
I just wanted to equality in it. Y'all heard it from me. You heard it from Sam too.
Okay, so who are your favourites then? You better pick one of those teams that I didn't mention. You're the one that didn't even know what teams are in the competition. You're talking about equal rights. Get out of here.
Like South Africa, they're looking like.
So they're your favourites?
They're having a good year musically. That Mapiana thing's going well. I'm playing. Realistically, it is Morocco. Like statistically wise, it probably is Morocco. They went furthest in the World Cup. And who's their manager again? I forgot his name. But either way, I think Morocco, they do have a point to prove, as in they were the furthest Africa team in history now to go as far as they did in the World Cup. Cool. So why can't they take it one step further, go into the finals in the AFCON and win that? So they'll probably have something that they want to prove.
Fair.
As my own favourite, personally.
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Yeah, of course, man. You don't even have to build up the suspense of that.
The thing is, with the way they've been playing, so their last two games, who did they play? Did they play Somalia or someone?
They don't look great.
They were drawing. They were drawing to teams that they shouldn't be drawing to, and they didn't look so great. Yeah. And I want to back them to the death of me. Like, I want to back them to the end, but they need to show me a little something.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm the same. I've got them as favourites because my heart wants them to be favourites. So let us know what you think, or who you think is going to be the favourites to win the competition on socials. DM Anita. Let's move on to women's football because England versus Netherlands. I actually didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlights. Okay. Lauren James, that's my dog. I think she's going to be the best player in the world in the next 3 years. And
3 years? I'm giving it like 2. I can't even lie.
Oh. Nah, not yet. No?
I'm giving it. If you look at the women's game, there's I don't want to say anything to upset anybody, but I'm looking at the black excellence, right? And as far as black excellence goes, Lauren James, she's one of one, and. Okay, maybe Linda Caicedo as well. Sorry, apologies.
Baller.
Yeah, she's a baller. But Lauren James, when it comes to Europe, she is one of one. And I look at her as a player that I do not see in any of the other teams. And being that player, no matter how old you are, you will be recognised as one of the greats. I look at someone like Bonmati, who did she just win the Ballon d'Or, I think? She's still a young player. She came up from Barcelona. What's it? La Masia. La Masia. She came up from La Masia, and she's an absolute ball. It doesn't matter what her age is. Best in the world right now. Why can't Lauren James do it?
No, fair.
I feel like
fair.
max 2 years.
I hear you.
No injuries, of course.
You was at the game, England Netherlands. What was it saying? And explain to us why it's important for England to have won that game. Basically for England not to have lost that game. Because I believe that them winning still isn't enough to make it to the Olympics, right?
So, Lord, help me out as I try to do this. You guys remember, I just came into this equation. You're asking me complex questions. I just came here. But from what I know off my head, in their group, they're not entirely secure because goal difference matters, right? Yeah. So they're already not entirely secure, which is why when the third goal went in and England were 3-2 up, they still didn't celebrate. They went straight back to the centre, tried to get the kickoff going again to try and get another goal. Yeah.
Good goal.
Very good goal, but they didn't celebrate it.
Yeah. Okay.
And at the end, you saw Marriott's crying because of the way she conceded the second goal, which just fumbled through her hands. And because goal difference matters so heavily. And because you're playing differently, and you know what women's football's like, one day you can turn up and you can win a 16-0. On a random, you can win a 16-0. So every goal matters. And I think Scotland might determine England's future if they progress or not. And even though Scotland's not as good of a team as England, we all know what a rivalry's like. They will want to turn up against England to get whatever their points that they can, even if they don't make it through. But they'll want to derail England from going through.
Just to make sure England
just to make sure they don't go through.
So do you think England are going to go through? Just quick answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Go on, Lionesses.
All right, let's move
World
on.
Cup finalists, come on,
Let's
dog.
move on to the next historic win. This is an area that I need actual educating, Coach, because 9-0 Guyana.
Hey.
That was a big win.
Oh, Tisha.
What does it mean?
It means that for the first time in their history, they. So for those that don't know, Guyana, small country, small country, literally on the coast of South America, but our culture is very much based in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So, for example, here's a little history lesson, guys. So, like West Indies, like cricket, national cricket ground is based in Guyana. As far as football, we don't come under South America. So we qualify under Concaf. So Concaf is what's you've got your Caribbean countries, your Central America, your North America. They all come under Concaf, and that's where Guyana sits and plays. So what this has meant is over this last week with Guyana's national women's team is they've now qualified for the prelims for the Gold Cup.
Oh, amazing!
And the Gold Cup is, again, think of it as, again, the Caribbean / North America's version of like Copa America, African nations. Euros. That's our thing there. So shout out to Guyana. So like I said, they've qualified for the prelims, and I believe those kick off in February. I think. So if all goes well, they'll be in the Gold Cup. So.
Huge. Yeah. No, we'll be following that definitely. We'll need all them updates as usual. We've only got a few minutes left, so we got to talk about some cultural things that we've seen in the last few weeks. One of the main ones, for me, Adidas are just killing it. I just don't. I feel like their creative director deserves a raise because the fact that they brought back these Predators that Beckham and Zidane won and put them on Trent and Jude Bellingham is incredible. However, them now raffling these boots is a disgrace to football boot users.
Why?
It's criminal.
Criminal.
These are not Yeezys, bro.
Yeah.
These boots will last a year max.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're good.
If you're playing it,
it will last a year
max. The demand
max.
is high.
No.
I actually don't care.
I don't want to hear that about football.
Did you like the fact that Nigeria's kit was being raffled or it was so limited edition that you could only get it at a few spots or whatever?
I got one anyway.
Yeah, but did you like it though?
But
I mean, if it is in high demand and it is something that is exclusive,
But anything can be in high demand.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally anything can be in high demand.
I just feel like I get it. It's in high demand. If you really want it, get into that raffle and pray.
Bro, it's £300.
Yeah, exactly.
It's £300
For
one.
football boots.
And the thing is, £300. I'm not gonna act as if we don't get trainers that could cost that much.
Exactly.
But for football boots, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But think
Off
about
the bounce,
how much are your football boots?
they should be 150 max.
Yeah,
But
max.
no. Okay, let's do your firm ground football boots.
150
Come on, bro.
max.
Come on, bro.
I'm not even that. I'm about 60, 70.
Yeah.
Are you for football
I haven't
boots?
bought
Yeah.
boots in like 5 years.
That's
but
why.
if I was to buy boots, there's no way.
Do you know
I'm
how
spending
much
more than
football boots are
150.
going for right now?
No, but
Not
Like
free bills.
230, 270.
yeah, myth.
Like football boots are expensive. If you want the good quality football boots, you're paying money.
No, fair enough.
I hear it.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Adidas, I did say that it was a disgrace, but like if you wanna like, if you need a sponsor, if you need someone to like wear them so they know that it's comfortable and that, give me a shout.
Get out of
Seriously,
here,
because
man.
those boots are incredible.
I don't like the fact that raffle culture's coming into football. Nah,
that is terrible.
I don't even like it right now for trainers, let alone now
I
for
hate
my
it for
football
trainers,
boots.
for
I
sure.
got to, nah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's trainers. Like trainers are not exclusive. Why am I entering 10 different raffles for
Boots
dunks?
are not exclusive.
But this is
either.
it.
It's
You're
the
proving the
same
point.
thing.
This
No, but these boots in particular, they're weeding not something
Not
from
fair.
it's a blast from the past.
fair,
Like
nah,
not
not
everyone
fair.
can hang.
Nah.
Not fair. But
It's not fair, but it's
you
life.
know what? Adidas, big up because the boots are really
Yeah.
nice. And like we said, if you want to sponsor and put a boot right here, we can do that. if you just give it to us for free. And the next thing that they done that was really incredible, Ian Wright,
Yes.
his collection. Nice. It is nice.
Cold.
You don't always get the nice things, man.
Listen,
Adidas, man.
yeah, and they're killing it.
Always
And
get the
their
nice
little
things.
collab the last couple of years of Arsenal, man, it's been amazing. But Ian Wright, listen, he's done. You know what's quite nice about Ian Wright, right? It's because he was saying it because me and Sam were at his podcast last week, and it was quite nice to hear the fact that he never really thought he got the respect that he deserved when he was playing the game. And it's quite nice to see now that he's obviously he's retired from football and he's doing his punditry and he's very much in the our culture. Like he's getting the fruits of his labour sort of like right now. And it's quite nice to see, you had all those people out there and you're looking at all the memories and even like from his celebrations, and very much it's things that we do as far as we're playing football. We'll do the dances, we understand the celebration, we understand just what he was bringing to the game, and it's quite nice to see that he sort of put that to life on these tops, which by the way, it was kind of funny. Like I put it in one of our group chats, and it's with West Ham fans, United fans, Liverpool fans, and everyone was like, "Right, that jumper's cold, this is cold, this is cold." Like everyone loved it. I think take away the Arsenal badge on it, I think people would be there buying it up, because just also for what he like means to the culture as well. I mean, for me personally, he's from Brockley. And I'm born and raised in Brockley as well. And you got like this big mural on one of the walls of Ian Wright, and that's just like, he's just like in high regards from like that area. Yeah. So it's dope to just see someone like him, just getting all the fruits to his labour. Yeah, man.
What I do find hilarious though, and you probably saw in the chat as well. We know a Crystal Palace fan. Oh yeah. And he was like big up Ian, for what he's doing with Arsenal, but mate, you played for Palace first, and he was there for a time. We don't see him doing any of these Palace doing press runs and all of this stuff. Like,
Palace
fair enough, Arsenal better,
juice.
but they ain't got the juice. But that made me laugh out loud. It's like, bro, you was actually at Palace.
Did you know what? If you didn't mention that, I would have completely forgot.
Like, I knew it was there, but I wouldn't have known how long it was.
It's like Ferdinand and West Ham.
Yeah.
Literally, when I was at the podcast, someone in my chat was like, "Oh, let me know if he talks about West Ham." I'm thinking, he ain't talking about it. What story are you expecting, bro?
That is so jokes. That's jokes. Anita, I want to say thank you for taking out the time to, come in to this.
Are you dismissing me?
No, I'm just saying, like, the fact that you actually came is made me happy. Like last week it was just us. Yeah. This week you're here. Why was you upset?
Wow.
I was getting dismissed.
No, but we gotta go. So that's why I had to say, you know what? Big up you for coming in. Copes, again, you've been a legend. We are going to be playing some EAFC 24, but for some people this might be the end. So if this is the end for you, we love and appreciate you. Remember, we're on all social media platforms, so we'll see you next time. And if you are tuning in for this particular game, then welcome. So,
not gonna lie, I thought you was dismissing me. You was about to say like, I can't play. I can't hang. I was about to say nah.
That is so funny. I wouldn't do you like that.
No, you would.
Okay,
You would.
I would. To be fair. Guys, remember we said we're going to be playing EAFC 24 as much as possible on this show, and today we're giving you a Euros 2024 preview because EA Sports FC 24 and EA Sports FC Mobile have announced that it will be available to play in the summer ahead of the tournament that kicks off on the 14th of June. So today we have Anita playing as France and Copes playing as England.
Come on.
Last time you didn't do that great against me, so I'm expecting a better performance.
Why are you bringing this
Anita,
up?
all I can say is just make sure you get in his head. If you get in his head, you'll be fine.
But do you know what? Okay, can we just put this out here? I'm not entirely the greatest FIFA player.
Okay, that's fine. So stop doing all of this stuff there, because we only got 2 minutes.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to put it out there that this is how it should be starting in the Euros for France. What do I do now? Press back?
Yep.
I'm not mad at that.
Press X. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to put my money on Anita.
You sure? You might want to
Should I not?
Yeah, save your peas, fam.
Disrespect.
Save your
I'm not putting
peas,
my
save
money
your
on
peas, save your
anyone.
peas.
Wow, why is there beef already? Are they showing the last game that you guys played in or what?
Boy, I don't know, man.
Alright, let's go.
You lot are meant to be coaching me, though. Just remember that.
No, you got this, man.
I ain't got. Look at him. He's playing with me already.
Trying to get.
Let me get a red card. The possession's about to be 82-12. Like, come on, man.
You got this, man. You're supposed to be confident. You've got the better team. What are you guys saying in terms of that actual tournament? Like, who are you putting as favourites?
Firstly, I think England is the better team than France.
You think they're better than France?
100%. As in, like, cohesion-wise, I think England is definitely better than France. Don't let the smoke and mirrors fool you. And I think that if it came down to it, what the hell did I do that for? If it came down to it, I do think England will not mess up against France this time.
This time?
Because obviously the World Cup, things were a bit different.
Oh, Grealish, 1-on-1. Can he score it? Oh.
What?
Do you know what? You're cheeky.
You know what? My
God said
controls
no.
are. I think I'm on classic.
My God said no.
I think I'm on classic.
Anyone that uses alternate are weirdos.
Listen, it just means I came from the pro era. That's all it means.
No, I came from the pro era as well, but I changed to that. You're supposed to adapt to that. Any footballer.
Once they gave me them settings, I was like, okay, bet.
Crazy. Who you saying is going to be favourites, Copes?
I think it's still hard to look past France, but it's like I was saying before. England, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of from the starting 11 to the bench, they've got the best squad in terms of squad depth. So they should be in and around it. So I'm going France, but I would not be surprised if England once again. But this, for me, will be also the last time I'm going to be rooting for England to win a...
Do you not say that every time, though?
No, but you know what it is? Like, I feel like this will be the third tournament where, I mean, if things go right, we should be up
around
there.
there, yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is the time we should be picking up something, making up for Wembley.
I'm actually doing okay, you know.
Shoot it! Unlucky.
I'm actually doing all right.
I'm waiting for half time and then I'm gonna change my buttons. Like,
I thought you was taking it easy on me on purpose.
Who would you guys have as dark horses?
Dark horses.
There's not enough action in this game, by the way. This is quite terrible.
You reckon? Because I'm breathing proper heavy. I'm proper like, ooh. If I didn't understand football, I would suck at this game. So I already do, but you know what I mean?
I need more from you both, to be honest, because this is terrible for showing of keeping 90.
Dark
Can he get a goal?
Dark horses. All right. When it comes to the dark, can you read out who's in the group?
Gosh, you want everything read out.
I love everything read out. I like context.
Italy haven't been that too bad in their qualifiers, have they?
But Italy, they scraped by. They scrape by every single year. I'm not putting my money on them at all.
So we've got Albania, Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, England, France, Germany, Hungary, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Romania, Scotland, Serbia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Switzerland, and Turkey.
Do you know what? And I'm saying this, because I'm not sure how many people will actually put this team as one of their favourites or in like their...
You just score?
Yeah, he did.
Now, why did he celebrate then?
I'm just letting Anita finish talking.
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Do you want me to stop? So
No. Please. No.
Anyway, I'm only putting them because I don't think that a lot of people would have put them in as one of their favourites, and that's Spain. Because I think in the World Cup, everyone underestimated just what Spain was capable of. But then wait, Luis Enrique's not their boss anymore.
I'm still not convinced on Spain, if I'm honest.
Damn, man.
Anita, you've got a few minutes left because we're only doing first half.
We're only doing first half?
Yep, we're only doing first half.
Is that it?
So you've got 1 minute to equalise. If not...
We all know that 1 minute on this game is like 5. If I knew we're only doing first half, then I would have, I would have sat up a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you proud of your performance? I think you've done quite well.
Yeah, I did decent, but like I was just warming up. Do you get me? Like I was trying to figure out how to cross again. And,
again? Have you not been playing the game or what?
Do you know what? All right, you're shouting at me.
Yeah, I am. Because it's not good enough.
It's not like I haven't been playing the game. It's just that Spider-Man came out. And that took over my life. Then I went on holiday.
I hear that. Good game.
Fair enough. All right, cool. That's Coach. You've got your first win under your belt.
Half win.
It was kind of.
That was me last week.
It was kind of lucky, to be honest, because Anita was talking as she conceded. But fair enough. Remember, we said you've got England. You've got England
For
what?
the Euros.
Favourites?
Favourites. No, you said France, right?
I said France, yeah.
You said.
I said England's better than France.
So who you got favourites then?
I still think.
Ask me next week.
I'm asking you this week.
Damn, man.
All right,
I'm going to put England.
Okay,
England
fair.
are my favourites to win the Euros this year.
I'm going to say England.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let us know who you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Keep it 90.